So by now you figured out that Google Classroom is the go-to spot for all things regarding classes at Millennium. So right here is the login page when a student goes into Google Classroom. So the address is classroom.google.com. And right now I'm signed in as a test student. You can see they're enrolled in 2 different classes right now. Now, as a parent or guardian, you've actually been invited to get summaries from these classes, but it does require you to do one step. So the first thing you need to do is go into your email, the one that we have on file, and you should get an email that says something like this. Get Google Classroom email summaries for, and then it'll have your student's name. So once you have this, it'll say what class you've been invited to, and you only should have to accept this once, not for every class, just once for Millennium. Okay, so now you've accepted it, and you can go in, and I'll give you an example of what you'll get. Now, if you have any troubles or never got this email, or maybe your email address is not the one that you want to get emails from, just email me or let someone like Aya or me know, and we'll make sure that your correct email is on file. Okay, so about once a week, you'll get a weekly summary for your student, and it's just sent directly from Google Classroom. So here's an example of your weekly summary. So you'll see any student work that's missing will show up. It'll have the due date, and it'll have the title of the assignment and the class of the assignment, and then a description of what it is. You'll see an overview of anything that's due next week and some descriptions. And then you'll also get some class activity, questions that were posed, assignments that were done, any announcements that will also be that. So they'll be separated into your different classes. So it's actually quite a lot of information. Now, some parent guardians are not interested in this level of detail, so you can go into your settings or you can unsubscribe from these. If you want to get a sort of like this digest every day, then you can change that to settings to be more frequent than once a week. And there's some other things you can set up there. Now, just note that it doesn't have a link to the actual assignment, and that's because we want the students to really take ownership of their own work, but we know that families want to stay involved. So it's more a place where you can have a conversation with your student and say, hey, I noticed you're missing this assignment. Do you need help working on it? Right? We don't want it to feel like you have to nag your students. Ultimately, they're responsible for their work for class. All right, so if you have any questions, always let me know. Here to help.